Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Successful. Today, I have with me a very special guest. His name is David. He's, a lot of you guys might actually know him because of the circles that we're in. He's the owner of...
My Turn.
Yes, sir.
Pieces.
It's a fashion brand. It's a very, very fashionable piece of clothing. And, if you guys want to check it out, we'll have his links, his social, all of that stuff. Is that actually from My Turn?
This is actually unreleased sample.
Oh, that's sick. You guys get a free
I know.
preview. Nice. Yeah. So today on Successful, as always, we just want to bring on someone that has, been successful or is trying to become successful. And we just try and get some of the tips and tricks from him. So today, let's see. I guess I'll introduce myself first. My name's Ash. I'm 20 years old. I have 3 degrees. I graduated from Harvard. I also, I've been making websites since I was 14. I became a millionaire at 18 just from making websites. And honestly, my whole goal with this podcast is to just try and give people ways that they can start their business, because there's so many people that have ideas, but they just don't know how to start it, right? And, maybe getting tips and tricks from different people will help them. So David, how about you just introduce us?
My name is David, also known as DG, also known as Mr. My Turn. And, we're here.
We're here at Celestia Productions. So massive shout out to Celestia Productions. We just want to thank them for, again, letting us use their space and all of the equipment and stuff provided by them. If you guys want studio rentals or anything, just in the link below. So, David, what made you want to start My Turn? What was the thought process behind this?
Honestly, in the beginning, it was mainly just me wanting to create my own clothes.
Yeah.
I just seen people rocking these clothes. I didn't want to pay the money for that.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I just didn't like the design as much as it's worth.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I swear I could do it better myself.
Okay.
So I ended up just thrifting some things or just looking through my closet.
Yeah.
I got some fabric paint, and then I just started painting away, just making designs on my own, sketching up on my sketchbook.
Yeah.
And honestly, the My Turn thing, so shout out to Lil Baby. So it was originally just an album I really liked.
Yeah.
And that's just how the meaning came to me.
Okay.
And then over time, I'll talk about it later, but over time, the meaning kind of slowly evolved. But yeah, I started making custom clothes for myself, and I just started rocking them, right? And then people just kept asking me, where did I get these clothes? Where did I get these clothes? And then I was like, oh, I made them. They're like, okay, make me some.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, these clothes kind of took me, a day or two to make, because sometimes I was literally cutting purses up, getting the raw fabric materials, the raw leather, cutting it up, stitching it by hand onto the clothes.
Oh, so you actually handmade all of your stuff?
Them, yeah.
Oh, wow. Your first couple samples, right? Or do you still hand make them?
I hand make certain pieces, but it's pretty rare, because they take up so much time.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, because once you start getting so many orders, it doesn't really make sense to just it's just not worth it. Yeah.
And that was the big problem in the beginning, because they would all say, oh yeah, I want some, and I told them, okay, if it's worth my time, take 2 bills, 3 bills, never mind, and then they just move on.
Yeah.
So I had to find a way to kind of mass produce it in an easier way.
So why would you say that people should buy your clothing as opposed to let's say somewhere else, let's say Urban Navy or some from a different store?
Okay, for sure. I'd say for one, the designs and the thought behind them is for sure deeper. A lot of the times these brands, they either steal another design from a smaller company, or they just slap just a random text that doesn't has no meaning, just a random text, random graphic, and they use the lower quality materials and just try to get the most money out of their customers, and that's just kind of how it is.
Yeah.
But for me, there's a story behind it. There's a meaning behind My Turn.
There's a story behind every single piece that you make.
Yeah, every single piece, and a big part of it is I do most of the stuff alone. Yeah. But without the support of my community, the clothes wouldn't be what it is. Because a lot of the times I get tips or suggestions from my supporters, so I take that into account. So they're basically helping me make the clothes that I give them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a big part.
That's really good. Yeah, having a supportive community around you, that's super fucking important.
100%, man.
Yeah, I can sort of relate, because I come from Bangladesh, right? We're one of the world's largest textile manufacturers. Almost any shirt you see, if you see the fucking tag, it just says made in Bangladesh, right? So I actually wanted to get into clothing when I was around 17, 18, because my dad, he's also really well known in Bangladesh, and he's really well connected with the people there. So some of his friends were like the owners of those gigantic textile plants and stuff, right? So my dad was like, if you want, you can get really cheap like clothing from Bangladesh, like I'm talking like a couple cents for
Yeah.
per like shirt or whatever, come here to Canada and sell for like 15-20 bucks, right? That's good, like a
100%.
2,000% increase. And I checked into it, but when I actually saw the amount of work and like effort that takes and like all the
Yeah.
import tax, like all the
100%.
regulations.
The import tax is no joke. bro.
Yeah, especially with what USA is like trying to, say to Canada about like
Yeah.
the huge tariffs and stuff. Anyways, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, honestly, this is so much work, so much harder than what, those TikTok gurus or whatever they make it seem out to be.
100%.
Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah. So I would say, like, when it comes to making money,
Yeah.
this is not the easiest way to do it. Like, clothing is not the easiest way to do it. People see these TikTokers and these YouTubers. Some people know Quan, some people know Caprice.
Yeah.
They be saying like, oh, you can get rich. It's a get rich quick scheme. It is not, bro. So a lot of people they start and they make a couple drops, but they don't really know what they're doing. They're really thinking about it. How can I profit the most off of my community or my supporters? But
You
I
gotta
promise,
build the
you gotta
audience
build,
first,
you gotta
yeah.
build it, and the thing is, you have to add the meaning to it,
Mhm.
and you can't just be copying other people's designs. You have to understand like
Yeah.
what makes a good design, what makes people want to wear the clothes.
Yeah, you want to try and build like your own community. That way, the people that are buying it, they're not just buying it because it's a piece of clothing,
Exactly.
but because there's like a meaning behind it, right?
100%, man.
So, what would you say is like your next goal? Like, what would you say is like the next thing that you want to do?
Next thing I want to do. So I've been trying to work on this for a little while. I've been trying to have a community event. Like I've had a couple community events.
Yep.
I'm trying to have a basketball event,
Oh, okay.
and my plan was I'm going to have some former basketball players be the coaches,
Okay.
and then we're gonna have gear for the kids, and the kids are gonna be going through a training camp,
Mhm.
and they're gonna compete in a tournament, and then we're just gonna
okay.
give out free gear to
Would this be like how many days would this take place over?
just one day.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, for sure, have some exclusive gear there.
Yeah.
Have everyone in the community come out, take videos, just enjoy, have a good time.
Oh, that's
Bring their
sick.
little siblings out.
Yeah, if you need any sort of like production help or anything, you
100%,
feel free to
bro.
call me. I'll
I
be
know
sure to
who
give
to
you like
ask,
I'll give you a very big discount, alright? Because I'm always down, like whenever I see Calgary-based businesses, because we do get a lot of requests for like, yo, come do this, come do this, come do this, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of the like people that are requesting us, they're like, let's say they're big corporate events that are like offshore, like in Saudi or something, right?
No, that's great.
And I'm like charging them like way extra just because
because like
yeah,
they-
because
they're gonna
I
spend.
realize that the money that I'm making for you guys is not gonna be here. It's not gonna support the community. It's just gonna go to a different country to make some rich people even richer, right? But when I see someone that's like local, like the comedian that we had just before you,
Mhm.
like she's local. She's been in Calgary for like a couple of years,
Mhm.
and she's trying to grow here, right? I
Yeah.
definitely want to like help her as much as possible. Like, we just want to help her whenever possible.
Yeah. I want to just add on that too.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a big problem like in the city
Mm-hmm.
where people feel like they have to either do it on their own
Yeah.
or get help from like another celebrity that's outside the city,
Mm-hmm.
when they could really just reach out to people in their community and just help build each other.
Celebrity, like people in what niche are you talking about?
Just sometimes people try reaching out to like musicians, like artists, or like
Oh,
or,
like an
athletes.
up and coming artist trying to be okay.
someone who's already like up and stuff, just to get them out, But
Yeah.
when they can just reach out to other people in the community and then help
Yeah.
build each other.
The main thing is they just don't know like what kind of stuff is available to them, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of these people, they aren't as social enough. As much as I hate to say it,
Yeah,
they're
that's
just
a
not
big
social
thing,
enough.
100%, bro.
Yeah, they're just not in the right crowds. They're not social enough. They don't talk to as many people. And I feel like as we get more and more like tangled up with technology, the more and more that actually seems to happen. Like we get the illusion that sure we're more social because we have like a couple 100,000 followers or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But you're not actually talking to them. Like when it comes to actually talking, you probably talk to less people now than you used to talk to like when you were little, right?
100%.
That's
yeah.
what I feel like at least.
Yeah. Especially like when people are so consumed with their phones, they're having these like parasocial relationships.
Oh my god, ugh, I
It's-
hate that.
So they're creating this fake friend group
Yeah.
that they don't even have. They don't know
Oh
them.
my god, dude, I have stories.
Yeah,
about
and then
fuck.
the worst is like when people are so obsessed with other people's lives.
Mhm.
Like if you ask them like, what have you been doing?
Yeah.
Oh, they've been keeping up with other people's drama, other people's lives.
Yeah.
When you should be developing your life, your circle, your community.
Yeah.
People are too consumed in that phone.
I used to I used to make like content on Twitter and stuff, right? Like I had a couple 100,000 followers and stuff.
Yeah.
And oh my god, like I actually stopped posting on Twitter just because of the amount of parasocial fucking weirdos. Because I used to have like identifying feature right here where I have like this blue dot on my forearms, right?
Yeah.
So some dude somehow saw that. And then he
Yeah.
saw me just like randomly, I don't know, I think he just knew me or something.
Oh, no.
He randomly saw me. He's like, yo, bro, aren't you that guy? Like, my whole Twitter's faceless, right?
No way.
The whole fucking reason that I don't do that is because I want to keep it faceless. But I posted like a couple like neck down shots, right? And my hand was like this, so you could see the fucking blue dot that I have
no
right
way
here.
he recognized.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, how
What?
well, the thing is, I did like voice acting stuff, so he probably just recognized my voice as well, right? And then he just saw this to confirm. But it was so fucking weird because I always viewed online as like this thing of, oh, it's in the net. I don't have to worry about it. It's not gonna affect me in real life.
Yeah.
And then this guy just walked up to me, and I'm like, holy shit, there's a guy, and he's actually like talking to me right now. I don't know. I just don't like that.
Yeah. People need to stop putting like these celebrities or these internet people
On
on a pedestal.
Yeah,
100%.
fucking
Because at the end of
gross.
the day, they're just like you. They're human, you know. So you can't, just because they're a celebrity, you might know them. They don't know
Yeah.
you. You can't just follow them. You can't just say these things to them. You know, there's a space, the boundaries. You know.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you only see like parts of their lives, right? You're not in their lives. They are in your lives, but you're not in their lives. They don't know who you are. To them, you're just like a random dude.
100%,
And
bro.
some to them, you're just like a random that just knows everything about them, which is so weird.
Yeah, that's one thing that kind of scares me for the future.
Yeah.
Like I've only been doing this for a couple months.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have noticed like the amount of people who just go up to me and just recognize me through these
Yeah.
things, and it's cool, but like you can't, that first second, that split second when they call your name, you can't tell if they're friendly or if they're like
Yeah, or
being
they're trying to
weird,
like beef or some shit. Yeah,
so
I know what
it's
you
kind of
mean.
like you kind of have to watch out for that safety, and it's also like the privacy of your family and your friends and all that.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. you have to
Honestly,
worry
that's like
about.
one of the main like things that I'm worried about. Like if this podcast does end up taking off or something, right?
Yeah.
And it probably will, because that's what our whole job is like we make things grow and blow up. But I'm just scared, like, do I really want that life where I can't even step outside of my house because there's fucking weirdos everywhere
like,
looking for me?
like a Kanye type of level, like
Yeah. Like
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit of fame is nice and all, right? But like once it gets to that level where you can't enjoy your basic life, like you can't go to the restaurant with your girlfriend or something because there's fucking dudes everywhere like yelling your name. Ugh, that's too much.
it just takes away that freedom and that privacy.
Have you ever had like experience like that where it's like you felt some guy, just like normal guy, talk to you like a parasocial guy?
Yeah, I've none of them being too weird.
Okay.
There was one time, this one guy came up to me. He was like, "Oh, my turn." I was like, "Oh, what's up, bro? How you doing?" And the next thing he asked me is, "Oh, can you put me on with that girl in your photo shoot?" I was like, "Bro, I don't even know you. This is the second thing you're asking me, bro." Like, oh, I don't know, but yeah.
I actually saw some of your model photo shoots because we follow a few of the same people, right?
Oh yeah.
DD, I
Oh,
think her
Dylan.
name.
Yeah.
So I know her because I saw her at met her at the party once, and obviously I know Diamond. She's been like, I've known her for like a year now almost.
Okay, for sure.
She's been like an amazing event coordinator, always helping me find clients like you, and
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So aside from that, let's just do a small ad break. So I just want to again shout out Celestia Booking. That's my other business. So if you guys want cheap hotels, cheap air flights, cheap anything, just head on over to celestiabookings.com, and we'll make sure we beat any price you find online. And yeah, book through us. Thank you. Okay, welcome back, guys. So today I just want to ask you some of the, let's say, the biggest motivations for doing the things that you do. Like, do you have a family member? Do you have friends, a girlfriend, someone that you're trying to provide for? What exactly is your motivation?
Motivation. I say there's a lot of motivations. First of all, I would say every day should be motivating for you. Because God gave you the day to work with. And that should already be enough motivation for you. That's already the blessing for you.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of motivations. My family, for sure, I want to help provide for them. My brother is for sure a big inspiration. He put me on graffiti, like even this font.
Yeah, I could tell like the font is a very like graffiti style.
Yeah, so
I
he
love
put
that.
me on that, and even like the crown, it was actually his crown. I modified it, and yeah, so I want to kind of make the art stand out.
Is he still with us?
No, he is. He is.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure that's
No, for real.
So like, is he proud of the things that you do, and like, how does he feel about what you're doing?
I don't know. He's not really that expressive of a guy, you know.
Oh,
like I
okay,
give him a
okay.
sweater, be like, "Oh, they're sick, bro. They're sick." Yeah,
Okay, I
but
see.
yeah,
I know what you
say-
mean. I have some friends like that too.
100%, bro. But I'd say honestly, just being an artist in general, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like people aren't really fully appreciated
Mm-hmm.
until they pass, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like if you have these clothes that is bigger than just yourself,
Yeah.
it'll go on for generations, you know. And the
That's
thing
true.
is, these clothes are
You
more
just
than
want to basically leave your mark on the world, right?
100%, bro. These clothes are bigger than just clothes, you know. The thing is, I have a connection with my clothes. Like I have like a sneaker collection I used to resell and all that.
Yeah.
So each time I get a pair of shoes, there's a story attached to that. You know,
Mhm.
like I remember exactly what I did to get those pair of shoes. You know.
Down.
Yeah. So
So you're like a sneakerhead.
I was a sneakerhead.
Nice.
Yes. Like that was like my business before. Like I would resell sneakers.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, people when they get my clothes, I'm for sure like I know they'll have a story to tell at the end of the day with them.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's an amazing mindset to have, like being able to, leave something for the world when you do, depart or whatever. So aside from that, would you say your biggest motivation would be just the fact that you're trying to leave something behind? Is that what your biggest motivation is? Or would it be someone? Do you have anyone in mind? Sound like a
I'd
fucking
say,
gossip channel here. man.
someone who did inspire me a lot though.
Yeah.
Was Virgil Abloh, you know, rest in
Okay.
peace. So the early stages of me creating my brand,
Yeah.
it was just, 2 a.m. That's when all the good
Yeah,
good,
yeah,
good
yeah. I
ideas
get
just
what
come
you
up.
mean, man.
I'm just laid up 2 a.m. I'm like, oh, I only watched some videos and I see like a little documentary on Virgil Abloh.
Okay.
So I saw that he was actually in architecture school, which is kind of similar to what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And then he eventually gravitated towards fashion, and then just his take on how to design and how they all correlate really stuck with me as
Just
well.
for those people that might not know who that is, who is Virgil?
Virgil Abloh is a designer, and he created Off-White, and he's also
okay.
was a designer for Louis Vuitton.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Nice. Oh, okay. So, and he's no longer with us.
Yeah,
I see. So he was a really big motivation to you.
yeah, for sure.
That totally makes sense. Yeah, I'd say like some of my biggest motivations would honestly be also people that are just doing really well in the sector that I'm in. As that and my parents, of course, right? Like
100%.
no one's a bigger motivation than your parents ever. Like seeing the stuff that they had to go through,
Mhm.
and you also want to be like, not one up them, but like kind of just get to their level.
Yeah.
Honestly. Aside from that, what are some of the things that you've learned since you've been doing this for how long exactly?
I started last year. Like the first video I dropped was in February, and the first drop was like in April.
Oh, nice. Okay, so it's almost been a year since February, basically.
Yeah,
So,
almost.
what are some of the things that you've learned?
I've learned.
This would be like more catered to our audience that are here trying to like learn about some of the ways you can get successful, right?
100%.
So obviously this saves you guys from having to experience any downfalls yourself by learning it from us, so that we kind of went through the stuff so that you guys didn't have to.
Yeah. Okay. I would say. Man.
Doesn't even have to be anything you've learned. It could also
no,
just
I-
be some like
trust me,
the
I have a lot-
difficulties.
I have a lot
Yeah,
I've
okay,
learned.
okay, yeah.
Don't be scared to fail, man. Like I feel like a lot of people are so scared to start because they don't know what to do. They don't know, what's the right way to start, right? But
Yeah.
without starting, you're not gonna know what to do.
Mhm.
It's good to have the research, and reaching out to people, just to get like a little bit of mentorship.
Yeah.
But without starting, you're not gonna learn anything. It's really hard to know where to go, especially, with life. You can plan something 100%.
Yeah.
But unless, you can't really tell the future. It doesn't go always 100% the way you plan it. So you just have to start. And some of the things about me that I had a problem with was I was very, I was trying to perfect things too much,
Okay.
So it would take over a lot of my time, and I'd end up not really doing much. And then I'd end up not progressing in the stages that I wanted to.
Okay, so I feel like a lot of people can actually relate to exactly what you just said right now, where they're really scared to just put the first foot forward, right?
Mhm.
And I also agree that you guys just shouldn't be scared, but at the same time, it is really important to just always know the risks that come with whatever you're trying to do. Like it doesn't have to be about fashion, just
Yeah.
right. It's just like a general advice. Like if you're trying to get into like stocks, crypto, or like finances or anything, it's always really important to like familiarize yourself with some of the potential downfalls, and always only invest things that you are willing to lose, because you never know like what could happen, right?
Yeah.
All sorts of crazy stuff could happen. But I do agree that the first step should always be to put the first foot forward and just do it.
100%,
Yeah.
100%.
Aside from that, do you think there's like, oh, my fucking throat hurts, right? Do you think there's anything that if you, let's say you're talking to this camera right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say there's like a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, like a young adult, they're trying to learn from you, right? Mm-hmm. What's the message you would give to them? Like, let's say like a small 1-minute message, just stare into this camera and just say it.
My message would be, whatever you choose to do, whatever path you choose to take, make sure you enjoy it, bro. Because one thing about me is when I'm late at night working and trying to do what I want to do. Wait, no, hold on. So when I'm working on these things, especially in the back end, I have to remind myself I'm doing it because I want to, not just because, oh, the money's there, you know, oh, the fame's going to be there. But I'm doing it because I want to. All these small details, I design it to my liking. So, yeah, enjoy every little bit, because the journey is oh, my fault.
No, you're
The journey is the story. And if you just skip to the end, there's not really a story over there. So the struggle is the journey.
You know what they say? It's not about it's not about the destination. It's about the friends you make along the way.
100%,
It's basically that. I think, yeah, if you're gonna do something, it should be something you're passionate about, something that you actually enjoy doing, and basically, you know, like when those long hours do start coming up, because they will come. You can't just have a business without putting in the hours, right? That's just not how that works. But when those hours do come up, you at least, you know, don't hate yourself too much for it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just how it is. The more work you put in, the more rewards you get back, and that's just the philosophy that I believe in.
100%, bro.
Anything that you want to maybe shout out?
Shout out. Hey, shout out Zoshi, man. He's one of my close friends that started the brand around the same time with me. You know, I love to see him grinding. I love seeing where he's at. We're gonna grow together, bro.
You guys are like competitors, but also at the same time like brothers, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing, because helping each other grow, trying to bring out the full potentials in each other, I think that's the best way of growing.
100%, man.
I also have a few other things I was going to ask. I was going to say, let's say in 5 years, right? Where do you want to see yourself? What are some of the, like, your short-term goals? What are some of your longer-term goals? Or is there anything that you might want to, you know, like maybe hint at, like a new project coming out, anything?
For sure. I'd say, man, that's a lot. One of the short-term goals was I wanted to get to the news. Like, I want to have, like, at least a segment or something, like, getting featured.
Like article or something?
Yeah, something in the news, you know, like just shouting out the brand.
You know, we could get that done, just say.
Yeah, okay. You guys are good people. But long-term goals, man, I'd say I want to get to a point where, you know, obviously I have people doing the work for me, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, I'll have creative direction, but man, I have the time to just be free, you know? Like, that's the thing about business. You can really set yourself free, you know?
The main point of money is not the fact that it buys things, but the fact that it buys you freedom. Right? So you're saying that within, like, well, let's lower it down a little. How about in 1 year? In 1 year, what are some of the things that you really want to see accomplished, or, like, you know, that's your goal? Like, for example, with this podcast, in 1 year, I want, let's say, 100,000 followers. We want at least like a couple 100,000 monthly listeners on all of our platforms and stuff. And some of the guests that we start bringing on, I want them to be like in the multi-millions or like billions and stuff, right? So like really, really successful people, just so we can really understand how the fuck they got to that position, or if they were just born rich.
Yeah. No, 100%. I understand that, bro. In a year from now, okay. I'd say at least 1,000 on the YouTube channel, you know.
Okay.
On the My Turn YouTube channel specifically. Okay. I want to have, I'd say 6 figures in sales for online sales. I'd say
6 figures total, or just like you want that yearly?
Actually, yeah, 6-figure drop. A 6-figure drop, specifically a drop.
Nice.
Yeah. Man, I want to see a year from now, bro.
Nah, it's okay. Dream big. Dream big. Say what you want.
I want to see like an NBA player rocking one of my clothes, one of my tracksuits.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll make sure we list these down as like checklists and just put it like
100%.
right next to your bed. Every
Right,
time you go to
exactly.
sleep, you just like,
That's my
did I do this? Did I do this?
Exactly, bro. Just think about it.
I'm telling you, the day you finally cross it out, oh my god, it's gonna feel so fucking good. Because you've been staring at it for like months, right?
Yeah, even like now, like in the beginning, these small things, like I remember one of my goals was, oh, when I'm out in public, I want to see my clothes just randomly on a random person.
Oh, okay.
And I actually experienced that like a couple months in already.
Ooh.
So that was such a fulfilling feeling. And especially like during Stampede,
Yeah.
shout out Stampede, Flame City, Calgary. But that's when I really started seeing like people rocking my clothes, and I was
Fuck
like,
yeah, man.
yeah, it was just a crazy feeling.
Do you just sell locally or do you sell like all over Canada?
No, I sell on the internet, but most of my sales are like local.
I see, I see.
Cause like events in here. And
Do you mind if I ask like how many you've sold so far? Like just like
Mhm.
doesn't have to be like a specific figure,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like around like a
So,
ballpark.
My first drop,
Yeah.
it was just one shirt. It was like 70 shirts,
Yeah.
and then the next drop, that first drop sold out. Well, the next drop, I had like 160.
Yeah.
We sold like 120 of those.
Okay.
My next drop is for sure gonna be like my biggest drop so far.
Okay.
So it's only gonna be my third drop, but yeah, it's gonna have like.
Do we
40
have like a
sets.
hint of when it's coming out, or do you want to just keep that under wraps for now?
Ooh, but I can't lie. People have been bothering me about that. Like everywhere I
This
go.
would be the place to get
Yeah,
it
yeah,
down,
no, I can't lie. Like people be bothering me about that, but I'd say 2025 for sure.
2025. All right.
I promise.
You guys heard it here. Get your calendars ready and stuff. 2025. We're gonna see the next drop of My Turn, right?
Yep.
And this will be the third drop.
third drop.
Can you say what's gonna be in the drop or no?
What's gonna be drop? So this sample is
That's
gonna be featured in
unreleased
the drop.
version?
Unreleased version.
Yeah.
I'm still working on the tracksuits. That's another thing I want to mention too.
Sure.
I feel like a lot of brand owners take shortcuts here and there sometimes. Like right when they get their clothes, they're like, okay, let's put them out,
Yeah.
But you have to actually take time to product test it and make sure it's good, So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking a couple months, just to make sure everything's
that's
good.
good, yeah.
Measurements and everything is just exactly how I like it.
Yeah, for not brands, sorry, for like those retailers and stuff, they always go for like quantity over quality because they know every time they release it, they will make more, right? Like they will make more than they spent, so they just keep releasing more and more without actually testing the quality. But I think if you actually do care about your customers, like you seem to, then you should spend a lot longer just testing out the material, make sure all the embossing, everything is like embroidery and stuff, everything's like solid,
Yeah.
and that way everything's like nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I
And,
respect that.
Yeah, so you can see this blue tracksuit. The pants I'm not wearing right now, but it's gonna be a blue tracksuit and then a black tracksuit. So watch out for those.
Okay. Also, when we were having our break, you said you wanted to like just talk about your shoes a little bit, or you said
My
you had a
shoes?
story around
Okay,
it.
yeah. So they,
If
when
you
we
could just
took-
bring it
when we
up a
took
little.
a little break. My fault. Oh, my bad. I just dropped something. But yeah,
No,
when
it's all good.
when I was taking a little water break, they're like, "Yo, your shoes are kind of tough. Are they My Turn?" So I actually have custom My Turn shoes, but these aren't them. So it was actually during Stampede.
Yeah.
I just left the Neo concert. I left a little early. I saw the song and wanted, okay, I'm cutting. And then this one couple came up to me, and they're like, "What size are you?" And I'm looking around like, are they trying to set me up right now? Like, are they trying to take my shoes?
Yeah.
So I was like, why? And they're like, just say what size you are. So I was like, okay, like 9.5, 10, 9, depends on the shoe. I'm like, you want some Forces? I was like, man, I haven't had a crisp pair of Forces in so long, probably since like high school, man. I get a B pair, I just don't buy another one.
Yeah.
But they blessed me with a custom pair of shoes.
These ones?
Yeah, and the thing
Holy.
is, my fault, I dropped something.
Well, that's
but
fucking sick.
so she was actually supposed to give it to Neo.
Okay.
But she came to the concert late, so she couldn't even get in.
So she just gave it to someone?
She gave it to,
Oh my god.
not just someone,
Okay, yeah.
But yeah.
That's
she
so
blessed me,
sick.
and then I actually connected with her. She's like, "Oh, you're an artist too," and yeah, shout out Maddie Customs. If you guys need some custom shoes,
Yes, sir.
check her out, Maddie Customs on IG.
Nice. Thank you so much. Also, now that we're in our last 5 minutes, we just want to, let's say, talk about some of the tips and tricks that, let's say this is a young adult that's watching, right? What are some like tips, tricks, or some potential downfalls that they should avoid if they were to start their own, let's say clothing brand?
Yeah, clothing brand. Okay, for sure. I'd say connect with people, like look at the people around your community who's already doing it.
Yeah.
And they're going to help you avoid these mistakes that they've made. And always do your research, before you send off that payment, before, you say you want something, always do your research. But yeah, I say connecting for sure with people is one of the most important things. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
What was the original question again?
So I was saying, what are some tips/tricks or potential downfalls that they should avoid? So like tips or tricks or things that they should avoid that, someone that's starting a clothing brand like you did, that they should know before they start.
Okay, for sure. When you start making that money a little bit and you see those profits coming in, don't spend that. Keep reinvesting it into the company. That's how you grow. If you keep, dispersing out here and there, I want to buy this and that, you're going to stay kind of stagnant. But if you keep
That's some solid advice,
into it, that's how you're going to grow.
Hell yeah, man. Well, our very last question usually is we ask the guest to nominate someone else that they think would be a good fit for the Successful podcast. Someone that, has a business, trying to start a business, or just is successful in any other. It could be like they could be a dancer, a model, anything, as long as they're successful in their industry. Is there anyone that, if you had to nominate just one person, who would it be?
Can I have some time on this?
Yeah, you can have that. Okay, we'll come back and ask it. In the meantime, I'll just do a small ad read. Thank you again to Celestia Productions for letting us use your guys' studio. All these amazing cameras, lights, movie grade lights, cinema grade cameras, everything has been provided by them. So thank you guys so much for that. And yeah, if you guys need like a studio rental, professional photography, videography, any of that shit done, just head on over to our website. It'll be in the link below, along with all of his socials. So if you guys want to see what he's up to, his brand, all of that stuff, it'll be in the link below. Thank you so much.
But I don't know, it's just it's like, who do I want to give the platform to? That's another thing, like what I use my account for. Like, I call them MTC. That's like my community. Damn, I didn't even talk about that. But yeah, I'm a community. Like,
okay, we can take some time talking about your community.
Yeah,
no
but I love giving people like the platform. Yeah. So like, I'm trying to think like who should use this platform, and like who would need the. I don't know.
You gotta think, you gotta think hard, because whoever you bring on, you're gonna be responsible for whatever they say.
Oh. yeah. That's actually true. Okay. I don't even know if this guy's in the city right now.
It doesn't have to be someone that we're gonna have like next episode or something, right? You could just shout someone out. This is technically like a shout out, but it is someone that we will send this clip to and be like, yo, your boy David just recommended you guys, or would you be willing to come on the show or something,
Okay, yeah.
Can you even just be creatively to someone that you think deserves that extra?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I shall. Okay, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me know when.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Rolling.
It's rolling the whole time.
Okay, for sure. Oh shoot. Okay. So shout out Dammy Cuts, Doc Dammy. He's one of the OG barbers in the city.
Okay.
I don't know where he's at right now, but bro, come back to the city. Tell your story.
Does he do like coming to your house and cutting it and stuff?
Yeah. So he would have like a certain spot people pull up and they get a cut, but sometimes he'll do like house cuts and stuff like that.
Sick.
So it depends.
Is he the one that cut your hair right now?
No, so hey, shout out myself.
Nah, bro, what?
So yeah, I actually haven't been to the barber in like a couple of years now.
Okay.
Like ever since COVID, I was like, man, I don't want to spend $25 a week, just getting.
You cut your own hair?
Yeah,
bro,
so
it looks fire. What the fuck?
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. And it didn't at first, but that's how you see. That's the process.
Yeah.
You that's how you get good.
No, it sure looks fire, dude.
Appreciate it, bro.
Nice. Well, thank you guys again for always, coming and watching and. Fuck, what the hell did I just say?
No, you're good.
Thank you guys for watching another episode of the Successful Podcast. This has been my guest, David. He's been amazing. He's the owner of My Turn. And all of his socials, all that shit will be linked down below. You can see what he's up to. And yeah, I'll see you guys again next week. Bye.
I appreciate it, bro.